Welcome to 8th grade science. I'm Miss M. Smith. I will be your science teacher this year and just wanted to take an opportunity to just send you a welcome. I'm thrilled to have you in class this year and wanted to spend some time going over some things that will help you be successful this year in science, specifically looking at how to navigate in the course, how to find things, how to check grades, and all of that. So just wanted to welcome you, and please just continue to watch the rest of this recording so that you know how to be successful and you can feel a bit more prepared as you are starting this school year with us. All right, so this is your home page. Where you will access everything you need for all of your classes. So you will hear teachers refer to this as your OLS. You may hear it referred to as an OMHS. Same thing, some teachers just call it different acronyms. But there are a handful of things that are going to be really important for you. Where you see your name, which is going to be right here, that is going to allow you to see your profile. So if you need to make any adjustments, if you need to find your email address, your student ID number, you should be able to find everything in here. You also have your email, which if you select it, you can see your inbox here. You can create a message if you have a specific teacher in mind, you know who you're looking for, or if you're not sure who you need to email, or you don't want to have to type in the email addresses or anything like that, you can just select contact my teachers, and I believe a list comes up where you'll be able to select your teachers and send an email directly there. The other thing you're going to need here is your quick links. This is what we refer to when you hear teachers say, hey, go to your quick links, and you're going to look for this. So Class Connect is where you're going to be able to find all of your live class sessions and your recordings. Class Link is where you are going to find certain programs that you may need for your classes. For science and math, you're going to be needing Class Link to access IXL. For math and language arts, you're going to need ClassLink for iReady, so we will be using ClassLink in all of your classes. For me, for science, you're also going to need to be able to get into Progress Learning here, which is where we take all of our unit tests. By going through your quick links here, you will not need any login information. It will take you directly to your accounts. So please make sure that you are using your quick links because you do not have login information this year. Once you feel comfortable with that, let's go ahead and look at my schedule here. So this is what a typical schedule will look like for you. In this section here, you'll see everything that is on all of the class plans for every course. I recommend that you don't necessarily rely on this entirely. We want you to go to each and every course individually, which I will walk you through specifically for science in a little bit. But this is your schedule for today. These are your live classes. So this particular student had science today at 8:30. They are able to click on this session. If it were 8:30 in the morning, they can click on it and it will take them to the live class. Since that was this morning, they can click on it, and if a recording has been released, it will pop up here. So I have not released the recordings today. I do need to go in and do that. If you are needing a recording, it will pop up here. So let's look at another example of a recording. So I'm going to go back to Monday because I know I had this student on Monday, and here again is the 8:30 for my class. So if this student clicks on it, a recording will pop up. The recording will open. You can select it, and it will open the recording in a separate tab for you to go through and watch. So it's extremely important that you use these recordings, especially if you are having to be absent from class, or if you just need an opportunity to go back and review. Maybe you missed something in class or you need the teacher to re-explain something. These recordings are there for you as well. So going back to our OMHS, you can go ahead and click OK. You can go in here and select any date you want. You can go in and see your schedule for the week, where you can access all of your classes for the entire week. But that is your schedule. Once you feel comfortable with the schedule, you can go to your classes. In your classes tab, you're going to have access to all of the classes that you are currently enrolled in. As a new student, it is your responsibility to go into the online learning session. And in here, it will help you learn how to navigate the class platform and on our OMHS. You need to spend 30 minutes in this. I realize it's not going to take you 30 minutes to do the entire thing, but you do need to spend 30 minutes in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our science course here. So if we open up science, this is what our science course page looks like. We are in here every single day. If you have me for live class, we're in here. If you don't have me for live class, you should be in here. And you should be checking the class plan that is right here. So for today, our class plan, let's click on 18, because that was today, events for September 18th. You can see here, we in class today, we're doing lesson 2.05. If I select on that event, it will open up and it's going to give you all the information you need for if you have me for live class or if you don't have me for live class. You will then have access to all of the content that you will need in class for that particular day. So when you're in class, if you are trying to find something that you need for class that day, you will always find it on the class plan. So that should be your go-to for science. And you should be doing that for all of your classes and not just science. So that is your class plan. The next thing we're going to look at is content. So content is going to be kind of like your textbook, your science resources, everything. You have a content for every single class where teachers will post everything you need and you have access to it the entire time. So we've been through Unit 1. Currently we're in Unit 2. We just did this lesson for today. But the one thing I really want to draw your attention to is this particular lesson here for tutorial videos. Throughout the year, I post tutorial videos. And they are meant to support you if you don't understand how to do something. So when I say in class, okay, now it's time we're going to work on our IXL weekly practice. If you don't know what that is, please watch this tutorial right here. It's a video. It's going to go over how to access IXL, what you need to work on, how you pull your minutes. It's going to give you everything you need to know. If you are having trouble with your grade and keeping your grade where you want it to be, you can click the Checking Grades tutorial. I go through with you some best practices and what to do with how to bring up your grade for science. All right, so now that I have told you that part about those tutorials, let's go ahead and look at grades. Come on. So this is an example of what your grades tab will look like. All right. For this particular student, they've completed different assignments. I will provide feedback if something is missing, and there will be links for you to do. Okay. Please do not pay attention to this complete column. So here, this is a great example. you have this assignment 2.03 Adams Knowledge Check. It's marked as complete, but there is no grade here. If there is no grade here, it means that you didn't turn it in, even though it says complete. If it says pending evaluation, it means you started it, but you never submitted it. So that is your cue that you need to go back and finish that task. Okay. The other things that this particular student is struggling with is they are not completing their IXL minutes. IXL is the only thing that cannot be made up. So this is 40 points of the 150. And these 40 points cannot be made up. They're staying zeros. Every week you are expected to spend 30 minutes actively working in Science IXL. And depending on how much time you spend in here is going to determine how many points you get. But again, remember, minutes cannot be made up if not completed during the week assigned. So you want to make sure that you are working on those minutes. I try to give you time in class to do it. So hopefully you won't have to spend too much time outside of class having to work on it. The last thing that I want to show you is the announcements here. So I try to post announcements in here throughout the school year. Here are some flashcards we did for Unit 1. I will be posting recommended IXL skills since you're new, of things that we've done that you weren't here for. Here is also information on how to get into IXL, information about class recordings. So you want to make sure that you're staying up to date with any announcements that are here. Okay, please do not pay attention to progress. Please do not pay attention to overdue. You just want to focus on your My Grade. And again, I'm so glad to have you here. If you need to get in touch with me, here is my contact information up here. There's my email address, or you can contact me through contact my teacher down here. I also have listed my work phone number with my extension, but please know the quickest way for you to get a response from me is obviously through that email. So if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'm super excited to work with you this year.